Welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. It is another week in the lovely United Kingdom, and with it this week comes a very, very special car. Chris Forsberg's Nissan 370Z is officially here if you complete an event in the middle of summer. It is a 1,000 horsepower Formula Drift car. I have also been told that there is some pretty cool customization for this thing. We will come back to that in 1 second. Before we do, Forza thought... I guess with that out of the way, let's go unlock the 370Z. 10 minutes later, R34 across the line. Just like that, 3 stars across the board. And Chris Forsberg's 370Z is officially ours. 1,000 horsepower, 850 foot-pounds of torque. It weighs less than 3,000 pounds. And underneath that hood is a Nissan GTR engine. It is unreal, this thing. In today's video, we're gonna come back in a moment, check out the customization, because I do want to see if we can actually turn our 370Z into a new power build. Before we get into any power build stuff, I think we gotta start it off with what this car is known for. A little bit of drifting. Yeah, that sounds like a GTR. Let's see what the thing is. God, how is it gonna be for some drifting in Forza Horizon 4? Obviously, we're gonna come back, do some customization, and really push the limits of what's possible. It is so easy to drive. What? I'm kind of using the yellow lines as like my clipping markers, and it's just... it nails every single one of them. What? We will come back to the drifting in one moment. This wouldn't really be an AR12 video if I didn't have any fun facts about this thing, as I probably hilariously try to drive this thing around a racetrack. For those of you who don't know, Chris Forsberg is the man who built this thing. Chris Forsberg is one of the best drifters in the entire world. He competes in Formula Drift, and year after year, he is getting into the top 10. The man is a 370Z enthusiast. He has built so many of these things, and almost very similarly to one of our good friends. If you've been following the channel for a little while, you may have heard me mention our main man, Ian Biz Phillip. Ian, for those of you who don't know, also drives a Nissan 350Z out in the UK as a part of British Drift Championship. And Biz's drift car looks like that. And it is a 350Z actually, which is super, super cool. So naturally, Chris Forsberg's 370Z is gonna have a very, very soft spot in my heart. I will be honest, it hasn't gone very well driving this. I'm just gonna, you know, guys, I'm in last place. Just pretend that didn't happen. 370Z, what are we gonna be able to do to this thing conversion-wise, engine swap-wise? We're gonna start this off with a good old-fashioned drift build. Obviously, we've got our stock 1,000 horsepower engine. That's pretty good. But we've also got, 3.8 liter V6 twin turbo. Again, ripped straight out of a GTR. A little bit different that one is, but still pretty cool. After that, we've also got this thing, 7.2 liter V8 racing engine. I think when we do come back and we do our power build, our racing version of this, that very well might be the engine that we go with. I think though, for sticking with how it is, we're also gonna keep it rear wheel drive. We will come back to the all-wheel drive in a moment. Unfortunately, there's actually no real suspension stuff we can do to this. All we can do is upgrade our brakes. No weight reduction, no nothing. And then you can upgrade the twin turbos to add in almost another 200 horsepower. Brings us up to 1,200. I think we're definitely gonna be able to set some drift scores. What a ridiculous noise out of a 370Z. You just hear that, and you know it's gonna be stupid fast. Yo, I seriously cannot wait to get the power build version of this car going, because I think this might be a mega good race car. First attempt for the rear wheel drive 370Z. Jeez, he's a lively boy. That is ridiculous. I'm gonna say, if we can get 100K out of this thing in its current form, that would be a very good start for this thing. Obviously, we're gonna come back, toss on all-wheel drive and everything, but my God, that is a very quick boy. I would honestly say this feels better, based off first impressions alone, than the Corvette and the Formula Drift Ferrari 599. If that's gonna be the case, why don't we go back down here? The Coast View. This is a rear-wheel drive tune, so in theory, we shouldn't be able to get close to that score, but I am gonna push it to my limit and see what we got. Again, 100K would be a pretty good opener, if I must say so myself. 103,000 points. We can run rear-wheel drive all day, every day, and unfortunately, we will never be able to take down some of those top scores. However, my man Ken Block Sean, godlike drifting with a V8. That soundtrack is very strange coming out of a 370Z. I mean, I guess if you're a Formula Drift fan, I guess you're kind of used to V8s and stuff. In these types of cars. Oh my God, yo, it's so lightweight. That is ridiculous. Yeah, this thing is gonna be able to pull some pretty crazy points. Come on, push it. More outside line. Keep going, keep going. This is a good run. This is a pretty good run. 122,000. It's honestly more difficult to drive the all-wheel drive version than I was expecting. Rear-wheel drive, this thing is an absolute dream to drive, but with all-wheel drive, it almost just struggles to be able to hold a line. I don't know what it is about it. We will move it away from the drifting stuff. Awesome, fun drift car. But I think the bigger question for Forza Horizon as a game is this thing gonna be OP in terms of racing? If we head over to this, though, my man Coco has made us some tunes as well. They are running 1,300 horsepower nearly. It is ridiculous. Anyways, I'm gonna go with the ABS version off because that'll be the more OP version, I believe. Carbon fiber 370Z to rip it up on some racetracks. That is definitely different. 1,300 horsepower and a Nissan 370Z. This is called a coffin on wheels. We definitely need some traction control for this thing, or it would just be even more of a death trap than it already is. We are on unbeatable difficulty. Does the 370Z have what it takes to compete with the S1 race boys in a proper race? It shouldn't be anything very special in the corners. This thing is gonna shine when we get to the big straight, and it can unleash that 1,300 horsepower. As you can already see, yep, it works. It's pretty fast. It's almost unfair. Look at it. It's like it almost hits VTEC. 170 miles an hour, 180 miles an hour, heavy on the brakes there. Up the inside of the AI, what? So it gets a little bit of sideways here and there, but with traction control turned on, this thing is just fast. Yo, the brakes on this thing are awesome as well. Wait, what? How has it taken me over an hour of driving this car to realize the exhaust comes out of the hood, and when I lift off and stuff, it pops flames out of there? I was completely overwhelmed with the fact that this thing is an awesome drift car and just all-around cool. I completely missed the coolest part of it. I do want to see how fast this will go with this particular tune down the highway. Maximum speed with the race tune on it. Jeez, yo, this is fast. Yo, this is really fast. I think you can see why I was so excited for this thing now. Sure, it's an awesome drift car, but it's also an insane race car. No more time to screw around. 370Z. And away we go, buddy. Yo, I love it. Gripping up like that. 100 miles an hour in first gear. Okay, hey, get out of the way. Out of the way. Every single one of you. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yo, it's so light, this thing. It's one of those cars where if you get in the groove with it, it is so fast. You change your driving style just a little bit to try to get a little bit more grip out of those tires. And you are zooming 200 miles an hour just there over the jump. That is crazy. Nearly lost it. Lost it. Look at it. It's such a cool car. Oh, no. Every time. No more drifting, even if you're in a Formula Drift car and you're winning. No more. The 370Z is honestly a very surprising car because in rear-wheel drive drifting, this car is a breeze to drive. It's not one of my favorite drift cars in this game. However, when you swap all-wheel drive onto this thing and try to go against leaderboard scores, it struggles massively. However, in terms of the race car stuff, the power build for the 370Z is insane what you're able to do. It is always a good day when we get a 1,300 horsepower Formula Drift car in Forza Horizon 4. Nicely done, playground game. I will see you guys next week for one of our brand new Lexuses in Forza Horizon 4. I'll see you guys then.